Okay, so it's come to my attention that Ren met the 100 million subscriber goal a while ago. Now, I've saved this, and I definitely didn't want to do this without the new subscribers because I think it's so important to share this journey not with yourself. Again, some things are meant to be shared with others, some things are not. And to understand that this impact that this man is having on the world, I wanted to experience this with you all. Again, over the past over the past couple days, I've seen my subscriber count grow because of the Renegade, and I want to understand more. So I vowed to make it, my own charge to figure it out. And right now, I at least want to hear what he has to say. Again, giving credit to a milestone is one thing, but if if I can get that type of feeling that I got from his high Ren video, then I hope that I can see more sides of who he is. So, without further ado, we're gonna tap right in and figure out what's going on, and why this is so important. Again, it looks like he's already emotional before we even start, but this ain't about me. I want to make sure that I share this with you guys. I think it's important. So let's get into it.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a flipping huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So
Hold on, I feel like I should have been here way sooner. Again, I've only started this channel a while back, but the way that he is appreciative to everybody shows what kind of person he is. Let's run that back a little bit.
reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. It's too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me.
Hey, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships.
I saw that in the comments and I did not know where that came from. And man, this isn't about me, but when you go through things and you can start to understand the struggles that people go through, you judge less. And for him to know that this platform is so important to him to share his heart, his soul, and this is his soul, to share that with a community. I can't imagine not being a renegade, and I'm upset that I didn't find this before, but it always finds you at the right time. You always find what you need at the right time. And this is one of those moments where, as turmoil has ebbed and flowed into my own life, it's just more of it doesn't matter. Use that to let that float. Let that go and find new destinations. My bad. I'm sorry. I get caught up sometimes, but I understand. I can relate, and the passion of what he's saying is necessary. My bad.
Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me.
Yes.
And that makes me feel very rich. I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success to the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness.
You learn.
The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy.
So I know you guys that have just got here don't know much, but the struggles that we all go through, I can truly attest, and this is my own testimony, have brought me to a different level in life to allow me to see different perspectives, even more than I did before, because it's so important to understand, like, it was meant for you to go through that. And to know that you have to go through those things gives you a different level of respect, honor, and loyalty to yourself, because this is what it's all about. This man truly talks about being the voice of the voiceless while he's going through something that is damaging his body. he probably doesn't even have the strength most days to get through certain things, but he's still pushing. And if that message pushes others, then it's not about the music. It's about the soul of a man that understands, like, this is why I'm here. He is living in his purpose and through his purpose. That's different. Most people don't find their purpose until it's too late and they don't have that impact. He found it early, and he's giving it the necessary attention that's required of him. It's a requirement for him.
Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain. And I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good.
Yes.
Because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day.
All right, that part of emotion that he just felt right there, that was his brain going back several iterations of what he's been told, what he feels, how he had to endure. That's probably the most important word, or the most defining word that I can use to showcase endurance. This is a man who has ran many marathons, whether it be through mental health, whether it be through health conditions, and still found a way to a finish line. And he's not finished. He's still running. And that's the importance of knowing your purpose. I apologize for stopping, but there's so much value in what he's saying. He sounds like a modern day Shakespeare when he tells us his journey. And again, not many people want to share their journey because they're ashamed of sharing that journey. But when you know who you are, when you understand my story can change the story of another, this is why this platform, this milestone from him apparently means so much. This isn't about defining success. This is about defining every piece that cost him his own sanity for a while. Not being able to do the simplest things. It will literally kill a person. And I'm glad that he is transcended past that.
But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel. Dancing inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever. Whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are. You won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you. Because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could be instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Big pharma. Roughly about a year ago, I remember coming back from a trip, and I'm overseas. You guys will probably not know that, but I'm overseas as well. I went through a period of almost 10 weeks to where I could find myself sitting at a computer and I couldn't even focus on typing an email. I couldn't even type my name in certain instances. And that destroyed me because the acuity of what I would rather have been during that time and what I know I could have been was altered. So to know that this man who sits here is an angel, has a mind of an angel. And if you ever needed to talk to somebody, I still feel like even if he was in his bed, laying attached to everything that the doctors might have hooked up to him, he would still try to give you advice. That's euphoric. That is humbleness in its most gracious form, and we are seeing it. And there is at least one person on this earth that understands the value of life and the importance of being true, being willing, and being humble towards others, and willing to listen. It irked my soul when he said Big Pharma. I'm not going to lie to you, because I know I've been pumped full of things that had me off my rocker, and it destroys you as a person. My bad. I don't mean to continue to stop, but this is necessary. And this is a amazing way to say thank you while addressing issues that are worldly. Like, understand that with him having 1 million people subscribe to him, he's still addressing something worldly.
For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love.
Facts.
Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity,
yes,
and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards, and the anger will pass. We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect.
Oh, man. Perspective to him is almost everything. Understanding that the beauty is not judging, it is helping. And no matter what a person is going through, help at all costs. If it costs you everything, maybe it should have cost you everything because you needed to change. And some people's purpose in life is to figure out who they are. And it's just as simple as that. But the way that he portrays this is a modern day Shakespeare. It's really poetic because you feel, you can understand. And for someone to talk about humanity, I mean, if you look at all of the things that are going on in today's world, the news that flashes on our screens before those that help us, the agenda is not to help. It is to continue the chaos that thrives in someone's mind, and enough money is being pumped to allow greed to be the foreface of many nations. There is no allied front. There is no willingness to give back. It's to take. And this man's asking us to take a minute to learn about ourselves, address the bitterness that we harbor within inside ourselves, and be better for it. It's different. I mean, this is not the normal human being that you would run across on the street. This isn't someone that has themselves in the forefront. He does things because he seemingly owes the world. And if anything, we just owe him more subscribers, to be perfectly honest. We need to hear his voice more often. He's different. I got to run it back a little bit. I'm sure this is getting long, but at this point, I don't even care. It's not about how long this video is. It's about the message that should be received. And I'm not even going to edit this. This is just going to get straight up posted.
Then will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect. Tapestries are made beautiful because of the variety in the sum of their parts.
Yes, culture. You got
Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
Just hold on. Just to end a video with love, with compassion, with understanding, with knowing that to the 1 million, I hope you just pass on the gift of life, the gift of love, and to say that I love you at the end without probably knowing most of us, without being there. Man, it's different when you know you can be loved from a distance and you can feel a community rally behind you. There wouldn't be many people on this earth that we should rally behind, but this man is different. Y'all call him the boy, but this is a man. This is everything that the world needs to see and understand, as his birth shouldn't be taken for vain. And some of the best people we know go through the most painful things. And I can only imagine that if he's still struggling with all the things that he's spoken about early on in this video, I truly pray that if he's carrying that weight, it was never too much for him to carry. And I hope he knows that. Ren, I'm going to end this the exact same way as you did, because I love you, brother. And you deserve a lot more than 1 million subscribers. Once again, I love you. And that's all that needs to be said. Blessings to the Renegades.